A millionaire family is looking for you. You're the heir to this. See the angel says, "My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely." The moment you open your spirit to this truth, the scroll that Michael holds begins to unseal. The wax that sealed it begins to melt, not with fire from this world, but with fire from heaven itself. The truth does not arrive gently. It arrives like a wave breaking against a hardened shore. It has to, because this confession is not ordinary. It is deep, layered, and connected to things that stretch back years into your life. You think it's about one recent event, but I tell you, this person's betrayal reaches into decisions they influenced years ago, conversations they twisted behind your back, connections they poisoned before they even began. Michael knows the full extent. He cried out when he read the lines in the scroll. He wept because he saw how trusting you were, how much love you give without question. He wept because he saw your prayers for this person, how you pleaded with me to help them, to bless them, not knowing that they were handing your name to someone else and speaking things that pierced the heavens like daggers. He wept because you would never have imagined that the same person you defended when others doubted them would be the one to betray you so deeply. You prayed to me and said, "God, why am I being delayed? Why are things not flowing? Why do I feel blocked when I'm trying my best?" And even though I comforted you, even though I poured peace into your moments of sorrow, I held back the full answer because timing matters. There are moments when revealing the truth too early can do more harm than good. You weren't ready then. But now your spirit is being positioned. Now your soul is stronger. Now your discernment is no longer sleeping. Now I can show you the weight of what they confessed because now you will rise from it, not fall. You would not believe what they said about you. They stood in a room they thought was secure, no cameras, no recorders, just them and someone they thought was loyal. They said, "If they ever find out what I did, it will be over. They can never know. I'll deny everything. I'll twist the story before they get to the truth." And the person they were speaking to agreed. They planned how to hide it, how to deflect blame onto others, even how to use your own emotions against you if you started to suspect anything. And yet they didn't know, I was already listening. Heaven's angels had already surrounded that space. Every whisper they tried to bury was already etched into the scroll that Michael now holds with trembling hands. My child, this is the moment that your eyes are opening wide. You are not going crazy. You are not imagining things. That strange shift in how they behave around you, the pauses in their speech, the overly cautious kindness, that's not love. That's fear. They are afraid that you're getting too close to the truth. They sense something in your spirit rising, something they can't control anymore. And they are right to be afraid. Because when I decide to reveal, no wall can stand. No lie can survive. No mask can remain. The veil is lifting. And you will never be the same again. Michael has already placed a spiritual circle around you. It is glowing. It is a border that cannot be crossed by deceit or manipulation anymore. Those who have been sent to distract you, to lie to you, to keep you chasing false dreams, they will feel the fire when they try to approach. You may start to see people withdraw. Don't panic when they do. That's the protection working. That's the light repelling what was only pretending to be for you. You don't need to fight or explain. Just remain in me. Stay close. Let Michael guide your next steps. You have been targeted because your calling is enormous. Because you are carrying a destiny that threatens the very darkness that has kept generations before you bound. You are the one meant to break it. That's why the enemy sent someone close. Someone who knew your habits, your hopes, your wounds. But what the enemy didn't realize is that I also sent someone close, Michael. I sent my angel not to just protect, but to reveal. To show you, once and for all, that nothing is hidden from me. And if you trust me through this unveiling, I will bring you into a season where everything starts making sense, where divine justice begins to unfold in your favor. My child, I know your heart. I know you want to believe the best in people. I created that compassion in you. But compassion is not blindness. Forgiveness is not silence. Love is not enabling deception. You were never meant to carry the weight of their secrets while they walked free. That's why this moment matters. That's why Michael has been crying louder each day. He cannot bear to see you continue loving a lie. Not when the truth is so close. Not when the scroll is ready to be opened. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. This confession is layered. It's not just about what they said. It's about what they've done. There are things missing in your life right now because of the decisions they made behind your back. Connections they severed, opportunities they blocked, even relationships they discouraged, all to keep you dependent on them or away from the truth. And you have felt the sting of it without having a name for it. That lingering feeling of loss, of delay, of something not adding up, it's because they were interfering in places you couldn't see. But I am stepping in. I am lifting the curtain. And when I do, everything changes. You will start remembering things differently. Small details will come back to you, phrases they used, times they reacted oddly, moments when something in your spirit felt off, but you brushed it aside. Those were not accidents. Those were the roots of this very moment. You were being prepared, even in your confusion. Now, the preparation is over. Now comes the revelation. Michael is standing so close to you right now. He is not just near. He is surrounding your space. And his cry is not a cry of hopelessness. It's a cry of intercession. He has been fighting for you even when you forgot him. He has whispered your name in the throne room of heaven. He has spoken on your behalf, pleading with me to intervene, to speak clearly, to show you what you've missed. And I am honoring his cry. I am answering with this message. Because now, there is no more room for delay. They confessed. They confessed everything. They said you would never find out. They said you were too trusting, too naive, too soft. They said they could control the narrative. But they underestimated the God in you. They underestimated the angelic host assigned to your life. They thought this was between humans, but this has always been spiritual. and I do not play when it comes to my child. Prepare yourself. The next few days will be full of clarity. You will hear things from unexpected sources. You will notice patterns. You may even overhear conversations or find something that confirms what Michael has been trying to show you. Do not be afraid. You are not crazy. You are not imagining it. It is confirmation. And when it comes, don't ignore it. Don't skip it. Let your eyes stay open. Michael is still crying, but his tears are shifting. They are turning into tears of relief because you are finally listening. Because the seal is breaking. Because your spirit is waking up. And when you see what he sees, when the confession comes into your full understanding, you will rise stronger than ever before. This is your moment. Open fully. There is more to be revealed, and heaven is not done speaking to you yet. My child, do you feel it? That stirring in your chest, that sudden chill down your spine, that unexplainable sense that something is shifting even as you read this. That's not your imagination. That's the very moment when the truth begins to press against the surface of your soul, desperate to break free from the confusion you've been wrapped in. Michael is no longer just warning you. He is reaching toward you, pleading with a voice that shakes the gates of heaven. He is crying for you because he knows what this knowledge will do. It will not destroy you. It will deliver you. But only if you stop skipping the signs, stop silencing the inner voice I placed inside you. They confessed something behind your back, a deep, calculated, deliberate betrayal. It was not an accident. It wasn't a slip of the tongue. It was rehearsed. They spoke it in a place they thought was safe, surrounded by people who they believed would agree. But what they did not know is that one person in that room was not completely loyal to them. One person in that room felt uncomfortable, and that discomfort became the very door through which Michael entered the situation. I sent Michael to that moment, and even though they could not see him, he was standing there. The room grew colder. One light flickered. One person shifted uneasily in their seat. They thought it was just a feeling. But that was me. That was the atmosphere of truth beginning to crack the illusion. And what was spoken in that room has now been written in heaven, signed by the breath of the one who said it, and delivered into Michael's hands. They said, I hope they never find out. If they knew, they would never speak to me again. They laughed, nervously. They said your name like it didn't belong to someone precious to me. They spoke about you as if you were disposable, as if your trust didn't matter, as if your love wasn't worth protecting. My child, their words were laced with envy. Yes, that's the root. Envy. Because what I placed inside of you, they have always wanted but could never access. They envied your light, your favor. The strange way blessing seemed to follow you even in hardship. And instead of coming closer to learn from you, they stood in shadows and threw stones with their words. The confession wasn't just about something they did once. It was about something they'd been doing behind your back consistently. And the worst part, they are still pretending to care for you. That's why Michael has been unable to stop crying. Because he sees the purity of your love and the depth of their deception, and it tears at him. He was assigned to protect you, but your resistance to his warnings has made it harder. My child, I say this with a trembling voice of my own. You cannot skip this anymore. The moment you truly hear what was said, your entire relationship with this person will change. And that's what I need to happen. Because the longer you stay close to someone who secretly curses you, the more delayed your blessings will become. Yes, blessings have been delayed. There are breakthroughs I sent toward you, contracts, calls, opportunities, but when they arrived near you, they were blocked by a cloud of falsehood. Because the words this person confessed poisoned the atmosphere. They planted seeds of doubt in the minds of others. They made you look unstable, unreliable, unworthy. They did it while smiling in your face. And I cannot, as your God, stand silently and watch that anymore. Michael is now holding not only the scroll but the chain they forged against you. It is spiritual. It is real. And until this chain is broken, your path forward will continue to be tangled. The truth is the sword that will break the chain. But you must face it. You must open your spirit and let me show you every word, every detail, every hidden thing. Do you remember that one moment, not long ago, when you felt like someone was watching you spiritually? That uncomfortable moment where you looked around, felt exposed, like something was being said about you in a place you couldn't see? That was not paranoia. That was the moment of the confession. Your spirit felt it, even if your mind couldn't explain it. And now, heaven has confirmed it. What was said about you included a dangerous lie, one that could have caused legal trouble, financial blockage, even loss of reputation if it had spread any further. They almost went too far. And they would have, if I had not sent Michael to stop them in their tracks. But now comes the turning point. Now comes your awakening. Because once you know, once your eyes open, everything changes. You'll begin to see how their energy was never clean around you. You'll start remembering moments where things felt off, but you dismissed them because of how much you loved them. You'll see clearly how they were studying you, not supporting you, how they took your dreams and made jokes of them behind your back, how they shared your secrets with others and twisted your words. You gave them your loyalty. They gave you betrayal. You gave them truth. They responded with manipulation. But that is about to end, not with revenge, but with divine reversal. I, the Lord, am not just exposing this, I'm turning it. And every single thing they tried to block is going to come back to you with force. Michael is crying loudly because he loves you. He has guarded you since birth. He has stood by you in battles you never saw. He has been your shield in the moments you nearly collapsed under the weight of invisible warfare. And right now, he cannot bear to see you miss this again. Because this is the moment that sets everything in motion. He is whispering to you right now. Even as you read this, he is leaning close, saying your name, telling you again and again, please, don't ignore me this time. Please, open your eyes. Please, believe that I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to save you. Please, this is the last time I will be able to intervene before the consequences arrive. Because if you continue letting this person near, they will speak again. And this time, the damage may not be stoppable, but I will not allow that, not if you listen now. Not if you finally say, enough. My child, you do not owe them more chances. You do not owe them your silence. You do not owe them your peace. They took what was sacred and dragged it into a secret place of darkness. But now, I am dragging it back into the light. I am God. I do not sleep. I do not blink. I do not forget. And I did not miss what they did to you. And because you belong to me, because you are chosen, covered, and deeply loved, I will not let it go uncorrected. But I must do it my way. And my way begins with your awareness. This is why Michael's voice is breaking. Because this is not just about a confession. It's about everything connected to it. The spiritual blocks, the emotional wounds, the trust you gave, the betrayal you received, and the divine restoration I now want to give you. My child, this is not the end. This is the beginning of your rising, the beginning of your clarity. The moment your name is cleared in the spirit realm, the second that heaven removes the fog that's been placed around your destiny. But first, you must hear it all. You must let the truth wash over you, painful as it may be, because what's on the other side is your full freedom. And freedom cannot wait anymore. My child, the atmosphere around you has been filled with conflicting signals. You have sensed that something wasn't right, but you weren't sure what. You have questioned your own mind at times, blaming yourself for being too sensitive, for reading too deeply into things. But I, the Lord your God, tell you now, you were not wrong. You were not imagining it. The unease in your heart was not a weakness. It was the soft tug of the Holy Spirit trying to show you what human eyes could not see. This person, the one who has confessed, carries with them a darkness they have tried to hide for a long time. They have put on appearances. They have spoken well of you to your face, yet their heart was bitter. They have seen your light and resented it. They have watched your potential and feared it. Their confession was not just a moment of weakness. It was an intentional release of venom, designed to poison others against you, to tie invisible strings of limitation around your name so that people would hesitate when your name was mentioned. You thought they supported you. You thought they celebrated you. But behind the veil of politeness, there was a seed of jealousy growing. And when it blossomed, it spilled out into words that pierced the spirit realm like daggers. Michael was present. He was standing in the background of that moment, unseen, unheard, but fully alert. He watched as the confession poured out of their mouth, and in that instant, heaven issued an alert. It was recorded, sealed, and sent straight into the archives of divine justice. But instead of executing judgment right away, I allowed time for their heart to change, for repentance to rise. I waited to see if they would come to you and confess, to see if they would undo the harm they caused. But they did not. They smiled in your face the next day as if nothing happened. And so I sent Michael. I told him to whisper, to urge you, to try again and again to get your attention. But each time he came, you hesitated. Each time you felt his presence, you told yourself, maybe later. Maybe tomorrow. I'm too tired today. And with every delay, Michael's tears grew heavier. He knows what is on that scroll. He has seen the names involved. He knows the web that has been spun around you, and he weeps not because he is weak, but because he is filled with the fierce love of an archangel who has guarded your life since birth. He remembers the times he fought for you, the nights he stood between you and death, the moments he carried your spirit when you thought you couldn't go on. And now, he cries because he sees that without this truth, your next step may lead you into the arms of someone who has plotted your downfall in secret. This is no exaggeration. Michael has drawn his sword already, not to strike the one who confessed, but to clear the path in front of you. He is ready to move obstacles, to open doors, to fight for your destiny like never before. But he cannot do it unless you open, unless you accept that what's about to be revealed will shift your entire understanding of the people around you. Unless you are willing to let go of the fantasy you've created about who this person is. My child, it will hurt, but it will also heal. Because truth always heals, even when it burns at first. Let me tell you what they said. When they confessed, they were speaking to someone you would never suspect. It was not just one confession, it was a series of conversations over time. The first time, it was out of anger. The second time, out of pride. By the third time, they were enjoying it. They confessed things about your past, about your private life, about your weaknesses. Things you had shared in confidence. Things they twisted just enough to make others doubt your character. They made you look unstable. They made you look manipulative. They made you look like someone not to be trusted. And the person they told? That person carried those poisoned words like wildfire into places you've never even stepped. That's why some people have avoided you without explanation. That's why certain blessings have been delayed. That's why you felt like invisible hands were pushing back every time you tried to rise. But now, my child, the fire is being reversed. The wind that carried their confession is now carrying divine exposure. I am undoing what they did. I am reversing the damage. And I am using this message as your notice. Heaven is intervening. You are not crazy. You are not alone. You are not cursed. You are chosen, and because you are chosen, every weapon formed against you, even ones shaped by people you trusted, will fail. But you must allow the revelation to come. God says this message is coming to you now for a reason that cannot be postponed. Heaven has watched every moment of your journey, every dare you,